Hey, it's Cassie.
And it's Brian.
And we just drove over 5 hours from Corpus Christi, Texas, over here to Enchanted Rock State Natural Area. We just arrived to our campsite and I'm super excited. We're gonna go ahead and get set up, and this is where we're gonna be hanging out for the next 2 nights and 3 days. So let's go ahead and get started. Brian, no, the delayed reaction. So today we're down here at the very end of this little circle, and yesterday we walked from where we were. Yesterday we walked from our campsite and we did the summit trail, and we watched the sunset that day. It's like, add to your taste. I'm like, you mean people put less than what's in the packet? This is taking me like 15 minutes to make this $100. That looks awesome. Yeah, I think it's smart just to pour it in. Cook it. How does it look? Ooh, it smells good. Oh my god. You're like, ignore while I eat this.
No, please, go on.
No.
Pay no attention to what's going on over here.
You have to share. It's like, take a bite and pass, Brian. That was the one giant piece of meat I said I saw and you ate it. You didn't even share. Ooh, that was good. Do you think it boiled up enough?
Yeah.
How do I do this?
Down.
It feels like when we boiled it over the fire last night, the water got hotter because they were like screaming hot, and that's not that hot compared to.
It's pretty warm.
Yeah. So what's the plan for today?
Go for a walkabout.
Yeah. So we're back in the tent. It was a little too chilly out there for Brian this morning, even though it's only, what, 61 degrees, I think, today. But we're gonna head out for our second day today, and we're just gonna kind of go over the map and come up with our plan of hiking. So this is our first full day here at the campsite. So we want to get out there and see as much as we can see because we have to check out tomorrow at noon, and I don't know how much we'll be able to go hiking that day. Today, what we're gonna do, because it's our longest day, we're gonna start at our campsite and we're gonna go on this orange trail called the Loop Trail. We're gonna go up to the scenic overlook here. We're gonna come back down. We're gonna get on this Walnut Springs trail, and we're gonna backtrack a little bit onto the orange loop trail again, and we're gonna take this Moss Lake trail because we could see it yesterday when we did the summit and it looked really cool. So we're gonna go by Moss Lake. We're gonna do this little loop, hook back up to the loop trail, keep going all the way around, and then what are we gonna go this way, we think?
Yeah, we have options. We were either gonna go this way out and back, or we were going to come down through this way.
Yeah, it just depends on how far we get today, and then tomorrow, if we have time, we could just do this little half-mile Turkey Pass trail in between, where we would come back this way. Maybe we would get on the other side of the loop trail we didn't see, walk it till we get to Turkey Pass, and then come up and either do the loop around that we missed or just come back down.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good plan. Is this cool? Huh?
Yeah.
So early in the morning. Yeah?
Really is.
Huh? These rocks are huge, aren't they?
All right.
Jesus. You know what you're like? You're like Corbin Dallas on Fifth Element when Ruby's like, how do you feel being in this wide world? And what does he say?
Thrilled.
That's exactly how you are. I ask you something and you're like, one word. Wow, look at that. What'd you say?
It's Snowman Rock.
What do you mean? what the primitive campsites look like. This is just one of them. It's pretty nice. It's big, bigger than like our area, you know, Brian?
Yeah, it's nice tree cover.
Yeah. It's like if you have a group or something, it would hold a lot of people. Because ours is really small. It's just like the pad. We've got a picnic table and a fire ring. So something to note is out here at the primitive campsites, you cannot have ground fires because it's super dry out here in Texas. Luckily, we're not in a burn ban, but they don't have any fire rings out here. So if you are going to camp out here in the primitive campsites, just know that you cannot have a campfire. You can still have your stove, but bring another source of light. For me, having that campfire is like part of camping, you know? Anyways, it's nice. And there's a whole bunch of the primitive campsites out here. But yeah, if you don't mind not having a campfire, this would be a perfect spot to hang out. The hike from the parking lot wasn't bad. The trail is very flat, and it only didn't even take us that long to get out here. So if you had wanted to just hike into one of these primitive spots, I wouldn't think it'd be too difficult, actually, now that we've done it. And I think this is just one of primitive campsite. So there's another one that's further out on the loop, and this is the one we're at right now. And so we started right here at the beginning, and we walked all the way around, and it didn't take very long at all. So just another option. Bug got me right in the face. It was actually really cool to not like super plan out what we were going to be doing and everything, because when we came out and we saw this, it was like a surprise, you know, and it makes it, I feel like, that much more cool. Like it adds to the experience, I think.
Right.
We didn't know we were going to see something like this, or that we were going to be sitting here eating lunch next to this little pond.
Definite bonus.
Because like the normal me would be like, all right, we're going to be here at this time, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to go here.
Strict itinerary.
Right. I didn't create an itinerary. And so because we just like went with the flow, which is really hard for me, you know, we were surprised, and it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, we're good. This is some intense cheese.
Wait, then you're eating cheese. Does it need the meat? So we're just coming off the access trail from Moss Lake, and there's more primitive campsites out here. They're all pretty cool, but there's also a restroom. So just FYI, if you're worried about having to have the call of nature while you're in nature, you have the option of using the Moss Lake restroom. We saw on the map there was at least another restroom on the Echo Canyon trail. Let's see. Oh, this is not too bad. Yeah. Cool. super excited because Brian and I are about to do our first water crossing. And here's the water that we're crossing. Okay, Brian.
Oh, no.
Be careful. Watch for the currents. Oh, jeez.
Good luck. You're on your own.
No, don't leave me.
Why would you step way up there when it's flat right in front of you?
Where? Right here.
Thank you.
Rude. Look, you're all in the water.
It's no water there.
It's all marshy. Woo!
I get you're standing on a weird spot.
Oh, God. We did it, Brian. That was raging. We did it, Brian. We're freaking adventurers. So this is the most standing water we've seen in the entire park so far. On their website and signs all over the place say to bring in your own water just because they're in a severe water shortage. You know, it's Texas, we're in droughts all the time. It's been a little while since it's rained, so you can't expect to be able to get water, you know, while you're out on the trail and everything. We brought in 2 gallons of water and we went through 1 gallon in half a day. So luckily at the campsites, not the primitive ones, but the regular campsites, there's a bathroom with showers. We'll show you that later. But there is like a water bottle filling station. So we were able to refill 1 of our gallons. But we've been carrying, I've got 2 liters of water in my backpack and Brian's carrying 3. So I just wanted to show this is the most water we've seen so far. Everything's pretty dry out here. And it's November, the week before Thanksgiving. So the weather's perfect, but like I said, it's pretty dry. This water is not moving very quickly. It is trickling a little bit. Hey guys, we're gonna do a quick tour around the campsites and just show you the variety of tent pads that they have here. It's pretty cool. You can either be close to the road. They have some that are really tucked far in the back. I think some are near a river. Some are over a bridge, so we're just gonna go explore the area and you can kind of see the amenities that are here that you can get when you rent a campsite.
Let's check it out.
So you can go, when you're reserving a spot, you can look online. Most of the spots have a photo of what it's gonna look like, but most of them come with a little hook to hang your lantern. These that are not the primitive sites come with a fire ring. It's the only place you're allowed to have a campfire, and they come with a little spot to put your tent, like a tent pad. But not all of them. Some of them come with a what is this? A shade structure, and you're not allowed, like if you want to do a hammock, you're not allowed to hang them from the trees. So if you have a hammock, it'd be good to get one with a little shade structure because you can hang it on here. But yeah, and they all come with like a picnic table. Brian. There is a playscape, but of course, because of COVID, it's closed. And there's the parking lot. So it's just how far you want to carry your stuff from the parking. So here's campsite number 6, and this is one of the ones that doesn't have a shade structure. So there's just a big, open pad, table, and then the firing. Yeah, it has a really nice tree. I mean, I think it's a nice little spot. It's a pretty big area, and you are kind of over here by yourself. So when you're picking your spots, just take a look online and see what kind of experience you want to have. Yeah, you're way back here and by yourself. We're kind of in the middle of everything. You know, there's a lot of people coming and going past us to go to the restrooms, and there's a trail right in front of us, and we're close to the road. So like back here, you'd be kind of off in your own little space. Cool. This is the shower building. There's restrooms in there, sinks, and on the women's side, I don't know about the men's side, there's 3 showers, but 2 of them are out of order. But because the park is experiencing a water shortage, this building is only open from 5 to 9 for people who are camping. So any other time, you have to use these lovely porta potties, which isn't too bad because it's nice and cool. But in the summertime, that would suck. But they've got quite a few porta potties here for you to use throughout the day and in the morning. And some hand sanitizer. And there are spigots to get water. So I washed my cookware this morning. And over here, Brian's using it right now. There is a water fountain, which we haven't used, but there is a bottle filling machine, water bottle filler. So just something to know. And they ask that you wear masks when you're in this area and when you go into the restrooms. So yeah, when you're in the public places, they ask that you mask up. So we've just been wearing these buffs when we go around people. Keep ourselves and other people safe. But most times it's pretty empty. As you can see, we're like the only ones around here. And we've been enjoying ourselves and nature. But yeah, that's about it. It's a pretty cool little place, isn't it, Brian?
Very cool.
Been enjoying ourselves. So now we're gonna go, we're gonna head back to the campsite. We're gonna make some dinner. We're parked over there. And that's our spot over there with the orange tent. Brian's hanging out, he's tired. But it's a pretty good spot because we're at the end of this little road. But like I said, there's a whole bunch of tents like there's tent sites further back there. And then there's one right here. And last night I could hear the person that was at this one snoring. I could hear the people right behind us making noise. And this pathway right here in front of me, everybody walks on this path to go over to the restrooms. So all night there was people going past us. So if you're a light sleeper, you might want to think about that when you're choosing your spot. Try to find one that's a little out of the way. Like there's another spot back there in the trees, but it didn't have a cover. So otherwise it's pretty nice. We used the fire pit last night to help cook our food. It's got a grate, so you don't have to worry about bringing a barbecue pit. If you want to use that, you can put the coals underneath it and you can adjust it up and down.
They scooped your ashes.
Huh?
They came and scooped.
Oh, the Park Service came and cleaned our... Oh, okay, because Brian was going to use those coals again today. And then this is the pad. Ours was actually not very level. It's like a big hump right here. So we just put ours at the end and we're kind of sloped down a little bit. But otherwise, it's enjoyable. I like having this sunshade. So we're gonna have some dinner. Last night we didn't record us making dinner just because we were really tired after climbing down that mountain. It got dark really quickly on us. Last night we had some sausage and some tortillas and beans and a Mountain House like raspberry crumble, which was okay.
Okay, not
but
the best.
Tonight we want to take it easy, and we have 2 Mountain House meals that we're trying, and then we're gonna have a fire later on, and we're just gonna hang out by the fire. So we thought we were just gonna share what we had with you. What do we got, Brian?
This one I believe is the beef stroganoff.
So we made these little cozies off of a tutorial online for these. It's made out of sunshades for the car, and we've made these before, and when you just make it in the packet and leave it out, they cool down really quickly and they don't rehydrate well. But it was like 54 degrees last night, and we used this for our rehydrated meals, and it kept them screaming hot. So I thought that was really cool. They worked really well. Let's see how these taste. So yeah, this one is beef stroganoff with noodles. And so me and Brian are going to be sharing, but he's probably going to eat most of it.
This one is Cincinnati style chili with beef.
And we've had the Stroganoff one before. That one's not Mountain House. That one's Backpackers Country, I think.
Yeah.
And we've had the Stroganoff before, and like what I remember is that it's just super salty. It's like a salt bomb. Now it's getting dark. I'm not sure if you can tell. It's really hot. Oh look, there's noodles in that.
Noodles in that one too.
A little hot.
They hold heat real well.
Switch. What'd you think of this one?
Not bad, not bad. Probably needed a splash more water,
Oh yeah?
but still pretty good. Good flavors.
Does it taste... Noodles in my chili though, that's weird.
Oh. This one's way hotter than that one.
Is it?
Yeah, way hotter.
Oh, that one's weird.
It's different.
Cincinnati style chili with beef. I've never heard of that.
I don't know what they're doing in Cincinnati, but that ain't chili.
It's like, it can't decide if it wants to be spaghetti or if it wants to be
Yeah, it's like spaghetti, fideo, somewhere there.
beef with beans. We'll come back when we have the fire going, I guess. Do you have the wood ready to go once it's...
Yeah. Smoke was part of it. Part of that charm and that aroma.
Yeah.
Helps cover up the stink from the day.
Gross. I took a shower. I don't know about you. It's a good thing we're not sharing a sleeping bag. Maybe that's another reason. I was thinking of, hey, why don't we just save money and buy like a double sleeping bag? Now I think I've changed my mind. I'll just have my own and you can have your own.
Fair enough.
Dig ghost stories.
I don't know any good ghost stories.
I don't know any either. I feel like growing up, the only ghost stories I ever heard were like the urban legends. Like when I was in middle school and high school, like urban legends were super popular. I mean, are they? I don't know what they talk about nowadays. But I feel like we always told the urban legend stories whenever you were at a sleepover or doing anything like that. Did you?
No.
Y'all never did?
No.
You don't know any? Do you know any?
No.
You don't know any urban legends? Who are you? Where are you from? Okay, so then I'll tell you. So I bet you if I told them you would know them. So like the one I remember that always freaked me out is so oh god, I'm not gonna tell it right. I'm gonna give a very generalized story about this. So there was a lady.
Here comes the short version.
There was a couple, boy and a girl, right? And they were driving and they were gonna go out to like a lover's lane or something like that, right? And it's dark, they're in their car and everything, and they pull out to the overlook, the scenic overlook, right? And they get all cuddly and everything, and all of a sudden they hear like a screeching or like a scratching on the side of the car, and they start freaking out, and like they're looking and they're like, I don't see anything, and then they hear like a scratching again, like a tapping and a screeching, and so like they freak out and they're like, we're gonna get out of here because I don't know what's out there, and they drive away really fast. They like peel out, and so they get to wherever they're going, and there's a light and everything, and they get out of the car. The guy gets out of his side, and the girl gets out of her side. And when she closes the door, there was like a rusty like hook stuck in the side of her door. And like they heard on the radio that some like crazy psycho madman was out there murdering people, and he had like a rusty fish hook. Like, what are those ice hook things that he was using to murder people? I bet you, I was like, people are gonna tell me if I got it wrong, but it's something along those lines that like they almost got murdered and they got away like barely.
It's a terrible story.
And then something falls down. It was the kukui, Brian. The kukui heard me.
Kukui.
You've never heard that one?
Nope.
So that's it for Cassie's story time. Let us know if you have any scary stories that are better than mine. Or if you know the story, the correct story, and not the way that I told it, leaving out all the important bits. I just woke up and we had the worst night's sleep last night. I would have to say it was probably worse than the first night we got here. I don't know why you would think it'd be better because we were more tired, and it wasn't as cold last night as it was the first night, but we just slept terribly. We wanted to come out here, but we don't have like all the backpacking gear. So Brian has just a regular sleeping bag, and I brought a small, lightweight down comforter. And we had decided to sleep on top of the sleeping bag because our sleeping pads just weren't working out, and the ground was just so hard and uncomfortable. So we laid out the sleeping bag and we slept underneath the down comforter. And let me tell you, it was so cold. I could feel the wind just blowing into our tent, and we were so uncomfortable until finally we just got underneath the sleeping bag and the comforter. But then, it was like we were sleeping on the hard ground even though we were on top of our sleeping pads. But it is what it is. I guess that's part of camping. The tent, like I said, just lets so much air in. I'll have to, do like a review of the tent later. But I could just feel the cold air coming in from underneath the vestibule. I don't know if you can see, just blowing in through the mesh sides on both sides, the little mesh doors. And I just felt like a wave of cold air blowing on me all night. Some of our gear worked and some of it didn't. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do a little review on some of the pieces I got, because we bought like cheap things from Amazon, and just stuff that possibly beginners might go for because it is cheaper and you're just starting out. Because sometimes some of that stuff can be good and sometimes some of it can be bad. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a little review on what we brought in our bags and what were some of the equipment we bought for our first backpacking / camping trip. And now it is 7 o'clock in the morning and I really need a good cup of coffee to help me wake up. I'm gonna make breakfast. Brian's still in there asleep, so we're gonna get him up early and we're gonna go on a quick hike on the last trail that we didn't cover yesterday, and then we're gonna pack up and we're gonna head out. We are really looking forward to our post-hike meal. We got that idea from the Adventure Archives, and you know they always go for a really great meal after their hikes, so we're looking forward to ours. But anyways, coffee time. Just finished our last hike of the day. We had a half day today and we're about to head out for our post-hike meal. We had a really good time. It was a great hike. We enjoyed the amenities. I think we just had a really great time.
Yeah, the weather was amazing.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and definitely if you're in the area, or even if you're not in the area, it's worth the drive to come out here. Bring your family. There's a whole bunch of different variety of trails. It was just a lot of fun. So yeah, if you have any questions about how the trip went or the experience or anything like that, just leave a comment and we'll get back to you. And other than that,
thanks for watching.
Yeah, what are you going to start with first? Excited?
No idea what I'm going to start with. Everything all at once.
You can record me. I'm gonna take the first bit then. Where's the other one? I'm gonna go for this piece of brisket right here.
One of mine, huh? Okay.
Is this your brisket? Oh well, it was looking at me. That's good. What is this big? This is good. What is this?
Potato salad.
And
Mac and cheese.
mac and cheese and pinto beans.
Pinto beans.
It looks like an apple pie, banana pudding, sweet tea. We've got moist brisket and lean brisket. And sausage links. And we're gonna eat it all. And it's gonna be good. Got the carnage. We're not even gonna eat that. Brian's taking down all the meat. And I could not finish my sides, but I finished the pudding. Was it good, Brian? Your first time trying it?
Yeah, it did.
You liked it?
The sausage was great.
Oh, the sausage was your favorite?
Amazing.
I love the bark on the brisket. Yeah. And the beans were really
The
good.
beans were really good too.
And the sweet tea.
Yeah.
And the potato salad. It was just all really good.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.